Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Valerio, how are you?
Okay, now it's working. I'm
Fantastic.
fine, thanks. You?
Yeah, I can hear now. Fantastic. I know sometimes
Okay.
it takes time to get used to the new technology, and especially when you're using for the first time or something. So thanks for making it to the call.
Oh, thank you.
And I have to start with the first question. So do you hate tomatoes?
In fact, no. I just had some tonight in my salad, so
Oh,
no.
did you?
Yeah. Sorry
I'm not
for
sure
that.
if you can join my club then.
Yeah, I know.
You you
Sorry.
you Italian, right? So you like it on your pizza and spaghetti and pasta, yeah?
Yeah, of course. It's like
Oh.
a main food here, so you can't ask me to hate tomatoes.
Now you can still join the club. That's all right. That's all right. So
Okay.
look, I just wanted
Thanks.
to sort of quickly get you on the call and have a chat about a little bit about you, a little bit about the project you worked on, and how the Parallax Masterclass helped you, and sort of just talk about all front end things. So the first one, yeah, obviously you know me from the blog, so I'm the guy behind the I Hate Tomatoes blog, and I talk everything HTML, CSS, JavaScript most of the time. And recently I became addicted to scrolling animations,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I live in Australia, and I'm front-end developer. So on the side, apart from the blog, I also build websites for businesses and sort of agencies around Melbourne and around the world. And yeah, so that's me. What about you? Where you from? And can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I'm from Rome, so Italy, and I've been working professionally as a web designer from like 5 or 6 years now. I'm actually in a startup, and we're doing like second screen applications for the TV for TV shows. And in my spare time, I dedicate myself with these projects or my own website and stuff like that. I need something to experiment, so sometimes I just build stuff and experiment.
I guess that's how we learn the most, right? By doing something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
Cool,
can't.
cool, cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so when it comes to the scrolling animations, how did you actually find my blog or the course in general? How did you bump into myself?
I think it was on onepagelove.com, but I already knew you because I saw the website of Chris Malax featured on One Page Love. So I ended up on your website and saw the class, and then I saw the ad on onepagelove.com. So I thought that must be something good. So I had a better look, and I was struggling a bit. I've been trying in the past, and there was always something wrong. So I decided to buy the course and just give it a try, and I'm fully satisfied.
Good, good, good. And so when you were starting with the scrolling animations, or with the scroller in particular, what was the biggest thing you struggled with? What was it, the data attributes? Was it the way you putting it into your HTML, or the way it actually, the data top bottom? What didn't make sense, or what was the hardest?
Yeah, I guess the hardest was understanding how many things you can do with it, and second, like how to use the data attributes, how stuff is relative to other stuff, and how to master timing during the animations. Because once someone explains it to you, it's kind of easy. It's all about directing the animation. But when you read it or when you try it on your own, it's like a bit difficult. So I needed some help, which I
Oh,
had.
cool.
So
Good, good, good. And so the header, obviously, now when I'm looking at your new portfolio and the creative header, how did you come up with that idea, or did the data attributes just click that you could see that you can make that animation?
Yeah, because I thought I had to do a CV. So the first thing that popped in my mind was like a piece of paper passing through a printer and ejecting like a printed CV, which then became the actual website. So I just ended the course, so I really wanted to experiment right away because I would have forgotten what I learned if I didn't. So I just tried that and it came out. I'm pretty satisfied. I like it, and other
Yeah, no,
people
it's
like
very creative. When you sent me the link for the first time, I was like, oh man, how did you do it?
it. Yeah,
So
it gave me something to experiment. So it was all good. Yeah, I liked it.
cool. Can you just quickly sort of maybe talk about the header, like what sort of data attributes you used, or what sort of CSS animations are involved in that final sort of
Yeah.
animation?
First thing, it's not images, but it's all CSS. So the printer is CSS generated because I needed several different layers. So, images are maybe heavy to load and stuff like that. So the shape is pretty simple. So I gave it a try with pure CSS. So I could play around with setting, index, and stuff like that. The only image is like the printed CD at the end of the animation. And I used absolute positioning because for my case it was easier and faster, and there would be no real advantage in using relative position, and I had more control. I thought of it this way. And yeah, it's mainly absolute and fixed positioning, CSS transforms, uh, and yeah, that's basically it. Like opacity transforms, and yeah, I guess that's it. Absolute and fixed positioning for elements and stuff like
Okay.
that.
So the
Nothing.
paper which comes out of the printer on sort of an angle, is that image like that, or and you just
No, it's
scaling
just
it up or down?
no, it's just a white div with a background image, and it has a translate Y, or there's a perspective, so it looks like it's coming at you. So yeah,
Yes, 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 yes,
3D,
yes, yes, yes.
and that's it. Like the
So
paper
you
is,
got some 3D transform on that. It's not an image already on that angle. So the image of that CV is actually flat, just sort of A4 page, right?
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. No, it's a very creative, very creative. That's why I think you was when you mentioned on the one page love again or something.
Yeah. I had it, yeah, I submitted it and I had it published, and it's a website I'm going daily, so that's something I really appreciated.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Is so were you going there for inspiration and sort of for one page love, so one page websites, yeah?
Yeah, I'm passionate about one-page websites, and I go there daily to see the new trends and just to look at some beautiful designs because the choice, the selection of websites, I really think it's inspiring. So that's a way of always keeping up to date with what's better, or yeah,
What's
stuff like
hot
that.
as well, huh?
Yeah,
Good.
I really
And
like it.
so yeah, if we go back to the parallax scrolling masterclass, what out of the class helped you the most? What was it the structure? Was it the videos? Was it the code snippets? What was the thing which made you to understand the data attributes a little bit better?
Yeah, I guess the way you structured it, so it's very clear. The lessons are not too long, so you don't lose your focus. And yeah, the step-by-step guiding to what you should know and how you cover it. It's pretty exhaustive. It's pretty you get to understand it all.
And did you go through it in one go, or did you just do a couple videos, then couple days break, couple videos? How did you actually go through it? Because I'm interested, you know, if someone just sits at it and does it in a whole afternoon, or if it takes you a week, how did you get through it?
No, I divided it in some days. Like I would do one or a couple of lessons one day, and then finish another one the day after. But yeah, I didn't like stop for 1 week, else I would have forgot what I learned the day before. So it took me, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, but never like more than a couple of hours a day. I was
So you
like, I wanted to finish because it was getting good and I was understanding. I wanted to finish.
you was
So
impatient to apply it, huh?
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Fantastic.
I had it all completed in like, yeah, I think 3 or 4 days, something like that.
And the side you worked on, your own portfolio, obviously, I'm sure people will ask, how long did it take you? So can you share some sort of timeline? How long did it take you to build it from start to finish?
Oh, well, not so much because, well, I splitted the work, like I did the printer design, I don't know, CodePen on my free time, so I already had the design ready, kind of, before going through the animations. And then I just started experimenting, and I don't know, it didn't take like the easy part. It took like, I guess, 1 day, but then the tweaking with the timing and getting the animation smooth and right, that took, I guess, yeah, 2 or 3 days. And then, yeah, of course, making the whole website responsive and stuff. That's the animation part. Yeah, I guess it took 2 to 3 days or something like that.
Just to get it
Yeah.
right. And so the other question I'm getting asked, and I actually talked about it a little bit before you jumped on the call, is how to make it responsive. So what was your approach to making it responsive?
Well, I know this kind of scrolling animation doesn't work on mobile, so that also this is something I was very interested in the course, like how to destroy Skrollr for mobile and also for IE, for example, IE 9 and below, it doesn't work. So I've used like Enquire.js, and I've added also like a condition for IE. I've put some conditional class for IE 9 and below. So the Enquire.js would kick in for IE 9 and below and for mobile. So that was kind of useful because it just doesn't work on mobile. So it's better to have it destroyed and not displayed. So well, that
Yeah, no,
was
that's obviously the reason why a lot of website, when you look around, which they have a creative sort of a full-on animations on the desktop side, they destroy it to the mobile, because on the mobile nothing will be as natural as the sort of default scrolling. So yeah, that's my preferred method as well. You could
yeah.
obviously make it just including the scroller body, but it's not gonna be as natural. You're gonna scroll and there's gonna be like a couple milliseconds delay between the animations kicking in. It just doesn't look nice, you know. So if someone goes through your portfolio on the mobile, at the moment, you know, it's much smoother than if you try to make it work on mobile. So I think it's a good approach, and it's definitely what I'm doing with all my sites.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
because I guess it's not like the scroll on mobile doesn't work the same way. I think it's like it's not doing the interpolation between the starting point and the finish point. So you just see the first frame and like the last frame. It doesn't work, I guess, the same way as desktop. So for now, I guess we will have to just destroy it.
yeah. Now it could work, you know, but it would be still a little bit delayed. Like if you include the scroller body and you
Yeah.
look at the scroller sort of mobile implementation, it can work, even though, but it will be still delayed. It will be still a little bit clunky, and you know, if you've got too many
Yeah.
animations, it's always smarter to destroy it anyway.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
Look, I think we covered quite a lot, so thanks for getting on the call. Probably one more questions I want to ask you is any of your tools, like you're obviously front-end developer, so are you using any tools? Could you recommend some tools or browser extensions, anything which helps you, anything which you can't live with on your sort of daily professional basis?
I'm a big fan of SAS, so CSS preprocessing. That makes it faster and it's more. You can get way more organized. And I've been experimenting also with Grunt lately, and it's cool because it has a whole lot of tasks you can automate, like also browser sync across devices and auto refresh, so you don't have to hit refresh all the time. And yeah, mainly it's SAS, Grunt, and yeah, that's pretty much it, because I care also about performance, so I think that's something very important when you are doing anything on the web.
Yep.
Has to be
So
fast.
for Grunt, are you using any sort of visual tools or are you using the terminal, the console?
No, the terminal. There's no. I think there's no graphic interface for Grunt because it's so. You can personalize so many stuff that I don't think anybody came up with something. I've used Prepros, which is like I think CodeKit, but
Yeah,
for
that's what I meant.
solo.
I meant, you know, if you're using CodeKit or if you're using just a pure console log, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice with the graphic interface. It's very easy, but Grunt sounds more that you have more control. So, and that's something I wanted to learn. So, I'm
And you
experiencing
feel
about.
more like a coding geek, huh?
Yeah. I prefer code to graphics. I'm not really into graphics. I like balance. I like typography, but I'm not really into. I like clean graphics, and I prefer content over. Yeah, over fireworks. So, I don't know.
Fantastic. No, that's great. I'm sure, you know, people will sort of jump into it as well when they hear other developers starting using it. So yeah, I was delaying it as well to start using with SAS and Grand and less, but yeah, it definitely can save a lot of time. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And what is the next thing you want to learn? Is it that's it? Do you think you know everything now, or?
No. There's endless stuff to learn. So, like right now, I know it's a bit late, but I'm doing my first custom theme for WordPress because I have a blog. But I started with a default theme and then modified it. But I want to build a custom theme just for my blog for now, and maybe for if I have some freelance work or something, like you always have the client that want to manage the content, so WordPress is the way to go, I think. And yeah, for that's what I'm doing. Like right now, just before the call, I was experimenting a bit on that, and it's coming. It's doable.
So you're building
Not,
your own theme from scratch, you're saying?
yeah, nothing too fancy, but yeah, from scratch. I'm trying that right now.
There is one great plugin which I'm using on all my WordPress sites, which is called Advanced Custom Fields. Not sure if you've heard about it, but lets you
No.
really customize the backend and the admin interface, all the fields, and just makes working with custom fields in general and custom content a breeze. So yeah, maybe check it out. It's advancedcustomfields.com, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look at it.
Yeah, so it helps you, you know how you've got by default when you create a post, you've got a title and content. Sometimes you
Uh-huh.
might want to have a project custom post type and you want to have a project name, title, tags, and you know, you can break down the content of that project into different sort of inputs in the backend. And so the
Uh-huh.
advanced custom fields lets you create the interface for it and makes it very, very easy, and just a very nice documentation as well. So if you
Oh,
not
great.
familiar with WordPress, his documentation is great. So yeah, it's done by a friend in Melbourne, Elliot Condon. So I'm not promoting it just because I know him, but I know it saved me a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look at it. as soon as I get more into the WordPress world, which is something else. It's really different, I think.
Yeah. Alrighty, Valerio, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. I know you're a busy man, and so yeah, thanks for jumping on the call, and thanks for signing up for the class as well, and just talking about it. And yeah, it was a pleasure to meeting you as well.
Thank you for having me, and well, thanks for the knowledge.
You're
That's how
welcome.
that's how the web gets better, with people like you sharing knowledge. That's something I'm trying to build.
Cool. All right, thanks, Valerio, and I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.